What is happening, people? TLP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again with another live stream. Hope we are doing well. Hope you guys can hear me as well. Hope everything is good and everything is well with everyone. So yeah, back again with another live. Wanted to discuss a little bit more, of course, about Liverpool, etc. Everything Liverpool related. A couple more things as well. We'll touch a bit on tonight's Champions League games. Didn't really touch on yesterday's ones because I'll be honest, I didn't like the look of them. I thought yesterday's games looked pretty ass in my opinion. So we'll talk a bit about the games that are coming up today because I think they're two very, very interesting games. Not much in either game too. There's only a goal in it, so you never know what could happen. But yeah, we'll talk a bit about the Champions League. We'll talk a little bit about Liverpool as well. So yeah, hope you guys can hear me. Hope we are all set. Hope we are all ready. Let's go. Let's go. Where should we start then? We'll start with the Champions League then, I guess. So Champions League games tonight we have Paris Saint-Germain versus I believe it is Monaco at the Parc des Princes in Paris, and then we have Real Madrid versus Benfica, of course, at the Santiago Bernabeu. So both these games are going to be very, very intriguing. We'll bring them up as well. We'll bring both of them up as well on screen. So we'll just go and we'll have a look. We'll bring them both up. Champions League. There we go. So Champions League, let's have a look what we have here. So, these are tonight's games. If I just press screen recording, big up to everyone in there, by the way. Hope everyone is well. But yeah, share screen. Champions League. So here we go. These are tonight's Champions League games. There we go. So, scroll down a bit. We have these games. So we've got Atlanta versus Dortmund. We've got Juventus versus Galatasaray, Paris Saint-Germain versus Monaco, and Real Madrid versus Benfica. So 4 games there. Obviously, there's 2 that stand out. There's 2 that catch my eye, and that is Madrid, Benfica, and Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco. Naturally, being the 2 biggest clubs, well, I say biggest clubs, the 2 biggest teams there, they're going to steal the spotlight. Juventus, Galatasaray, yeah. The first leg was very interesting, but let's be honest, is the second leg going to be as good? Probably not. And then you got Atlanta versus Dortmund as well. So, what were the results in the first legs again on these games? Let's have a look. If we scroll up a bit. So, the first legs ended on Tuesday night. So, we had Galatasaray absolutely wiping the floor with Juventus 5-2. Surprise result. I know Galatasaray are a good team, but I wouldn't have expected them to absolutely slap Juventus up like that. Paris Saint-Germain versus Monaco again. That was closer than I expected it to be. I thought that'd be a lot closer. A lot easier, should I say, for Paris Saint-Germain. Monaco gave it a good go, so fair play to them. Madrid versus Benfica, of course, 1-0 Madrid. And then Dortmund versus Atlanta. So, Galatasaray have a lead going into the second leg. Paris Saint-Germain have a lead going into the second leg. Real Madrid have a lead going into the second leg. And Dortmund have the lead going into the second leg as well. So, naturally, I'll be honest, if you're looking at those games, which ones are likely to cause an upset? Probably the ones with the 1-goal margin, right? And that is the 2 biggest ones, Madrid, Benfica, and Paris Saint-Germain, Monaco. Big up AJ, bro. Big up yourself, AJ. Appreciate you being in, man. Big up yourself, legend. Appreciate you, bro. Big up, man. Big up. Just discussing the Champions League games, AJ, and tonight's ones as well. So, yeah. Other than the Galatasaray Juventus one, in my opinion, that's done. I don't see a world where Juventus are coming back because they are dead. They are not a good side at all. So that one's done. While I think Juventus will probably win the game at home, I don't think it'll be enough to send them through and produce a comeback. So I expect Galatasaray go do. Monaco versus Paris Saint-Germain again. Monaco needed to get something, at least a draw, out of the first leg. They didn't. PSG have that home advantage now going into this one, so I think that's done as well. Dortmund, Atlanta, this could be a shock, I can't lie. Dortmund versus Atlanta could be a shock away in Italy. Who knows? This is a game that I wouldn't be surprised if there was a shock and Atlanta actually produced a comeback in. So I'd keep an eye on this one. I think this one could surprise people. Could end up being the best game of the week as well. And then you got Madrid versus Benfica, of course, 1-0 Madrid in the first leg. So yeah, we go to the reverse fixtures now here. By the way, yesterday's games ended. What were the scores in yesterday's games? Let's have a look. Athletico absolutely slapped Club Brugge up 4-1. Mad, because Club Brugge actually put up a good fight in the first leg at home, but Atletico's quality just shined through in this game. Karabakh went to Newcastle and actually put in a decent fight. 3-2 to finished 3-2 to Newcastle, but I can't lie, man. You know, if Karabakh weren't so poor in the first leg, who knows? That could have been an upset, but Newcastle go do 9-3 on aggregate. Leverkusen versus Olympiacos finished 0-0, but of course Leverkusen won the reverse leg, so they go do 2-0 on aggregate. And then this was the soccer, can't lie. This was the soccer one. Inter Milan versus Bodo Glimt. Inter knocked out of the Champions League. Bodo Glimt go do. So fair play to Bodo Glimt there. And I think correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a stat saying that this could be the first time in a long time that an Italian team does not go to the round of 16, which is looking likely because Inter are gone and Atlanta have got to produce something special tonight to get through. So yeah, the games for today. We'll talk about each game then a bit. So we'll start off with the rubbish game, Atlanta versus Dortmund. I can see Atlanta pushing Dortmund. I can definitely see Atlanta causing them a problem. But again, I think Dortmund will probably maneuver their way through, should I say. So I'm expecting Dortmund to go through overall. But I wouldn't be surprised if this one is 2-0 Atlanta. They pull it back and then it goes to penalties. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if that happens, or it goes to extra time. So I'm going to back Dortmund to go through. But again, don't be surprised if Atlanta do it. Do not be surprised. Because I certainly wouldn't be. So I'm going to back Dortmund. But again, could go either way. 2-0 is a nothing game. And them being the home team as well, they get an early goal in this game. It's game on. So I think Dortmund, but again, don't be surprised if it's Atlanta who go through and produce a comeback. Juventus, Galatasaray, this one's straightforward for me. It's game over for Juventus. You know what I'm saying? They got absolutely trounced in that first leg. Mad how bad Juventus have fallen, or how far they've fallen, should I say. Used to actually have a decent team a couple of years ago. Back in the day, they had a very good team. They've really fallen off. Now, I look at their team. There's no one in there that I'd really take. Well, actually, correction, there's no one in there that I would take, period. They're just not a good team, man. They're no longer up there. So, Juventus will probably win the game because they're home. But that margin's too big for me. That margin, in my opinion, is way too big. So, Juventus win on the night, but Galatasaray, I think, will go through overall, in my opinion. So, yeah, I've got Galatasaray there. PSG Monaco. Now, could this cause an upset? Potentially. Could it? Who knows? But, again, I said Monaco needed something out of the first leg. And they almost got close. They were 2-0 up. I don't know. They really should have. I feel they really should have held on. You know what I'm saying? You're 2-0 up against PSG. Just lock up, shut up shop, and take that 2-0 lead into the second leg. But they didn't. They crumbled. Paris Saint-Germain ultimately came back in the game. Won the game by 3-2. Again, you win the away leg. Second leg, you have a big advantage now. So, an all-French game here. PSG at home will have enough to deal with. Monaco, I feel. You can never write them off. You never know with football. It's a crazy game at times. A 1-goal margin is nothing, even if you're going away. So, could be an interesting one. However, I'm expecting an easy Paris Saint-Germain win. I actually think this will be straightforward. I can see 3-4-0. I think they'll just trounce them with the confidence that they'll have having won the first leg. So, I've got Paris Saint-Germain going through there. And then the big one of the night, I'm hoping this will be a good game. Real Madrid versus Benfica. Now, this game's been in the headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. Obviously, we know what happened in the reverse fixture last week. Madrid won 1-0, but the standout point of the game was the abuse that Vinicius Jr. faced. Which, again, like I said, I've made my thoughts clear on it. It's disgusting. It's horrendous. It should not happen in football. There's no place for it. And like I said, he definitely said something racist, because if you didn't, you don't cover your mouth and you don't cover your shirt. So it was in the news and it's been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. But again, it's happened and it needs to be talked about, needs to be put out there. So again, that lead up from yesterday's game, well, last week's game, sorry. It's just been there all week. All week we've been hearing it. It's brewing. All sorts of stuff are coming out. AJ here. Madrid 6-0 tonight. Please, Vinicius doing hat-trick. They have to win, AJ. It's gonna be a very, very bad look on football if Benfica get doing this game. After everything that's happened, it will be a very, very bad look for football. And it just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right if they go to... What would be right would be Madrid to destroy them and go to... I don't like Madrid. Madrid are a team that I don't like. Don't like them as a club. Again, as much as I praise Madrid for standards and etc., having standards, high standards, I also feel that they lack a lot of class at times. And I'm not afraid to say that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like them a lot. Plus, they've beat us in 2 UCL finals. However, after what happened last week, I want them to destroy Benfica, genuinely. As for the player who was allegedly, well, I say allegedly, we know he did it. As for the player that abused Vinicius Jr., all sorts of stuff's come out about it. First, Benfica were quiet. Then they issued a statement saying that nothing happened. It was all in the wrong, something like that. That the Benfica player did nothing. But then the Benfica player himself came out and said that he didn't say anything racist, but he said something homophobic instead, which you're just digging yourself in a deeper grave. You're just digging yourself in a deeper grave. He obviously feels like if he says that he was homophobic, it will come off, or he'll get off easier. Obviously not realizing that is also not a good thing to say, because again, that's still going to cause issues for him. So he's trying to say he was saying a homophobic slur. Vinicius Jr. has said, and I think we all know, that he said a racist slur. And again, I feel like it's not been discussed about enough in the media. You know, I think Sky should be on it. I know they don't have the rights to UCL games, but I don't care. They should still be on it. It's just not been vocal. People haven't been vocal enough about it. Racism in football in general it's not something that people are vocal about. You know I'm saying, I remember this Argentina, was it after they won the World Cup? I think it was after they won the World Cup, where the Argentina team were seen in a bus, recorded, singing racial slurs to French players. I think it was after the World Cup. Now, obviously, you can clearly see Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea there, but I feel like the other players you couldn't really make out. But that nothing got done about that. You know, the way that just got brushed under the carpet like it didn't matter is shocking. Let's be honest, it's shocking. Enzo Fernandez didn't receive a single punishment. He didn't get a fine. He didn't get a suspension. He didn't get a ban. Nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. How can that happen? Someone's got to explain to me how that can happen. Enzo Fernandez gets no repercussions for his actions. Now, cool, they can sit there and say, we can't make out who's in the bus. We can't make out which players are singing it and that. Well, cool. Okay, fine. But you can clearly see Enzo Fernandez there. It's obvious that he sat there. So at least punish him. You know, make an example out of him. But they didn't even do that. So that's happened. There's been instances where I saw yesterday Aguero said something in the past as well. That's not exactly nice. And then, of course, you've got... I don't even know his name, and I don't really want to say his name, to be fair. But you got my man who was being racist last week as well. So apparently he's banned for the game. He's banned for the game, but I saw a reel yesterday of him walking out onto the Bernabeu. So if he's got a suspension, why has he travelled with the team to begin with? Why has he travelled with the team to begin with if he has a suspension? Makes zero sense. If he's suspended, you stay in Portugal, right? You stay at home in Portugal. If you're suspended, you don't travel with the team to Benfica, not Benfica, Madrid. So that's weird why he's even there in the first place. Mourinho, of course, has got a red card. So Mourinho won't be doing the pre-match interview and he won't be doing the post-match interview. It'll be his assistant. I think that's pretty cowardly, to be fair. I think he's just trying to shy away and he doesn't want to, answer the big questions. So I don't look at it as he's suspended. That's the only reason why he won't do it. I feel like he's scared because he doesn't want to get asked the big questions. So we need a Madrid win. And we need a big Madrid win as well. Let me just click onto the game. So yeah, as you can see, Madrid are heavy favourites to win the game. 58% win probability. Benfica have only got a 20% one. Extra time is 22%. But yeah, Madrid clear favourites to win the game. Clear favourites, and I don't blame them. If Benfica were going to get anything out of this game, if they were going to get anything out of it, it would have been they would have got something at home. You got to get something at home in the home leg, because going to the Bernabeu is a long 90 minutes most of the time. So I expect Madrid to win. Will they smash Benfica though? Look, they should be fired up for this. Madrid players, every single one of them should be fired up and motivated for this game. One of your teammates was racially abused. The media have done fuck all about it. The press have done fuck all about it. UEFA have done fuck all about it. I'm saying Benfica fans were cheering the player who racially abused your player, your teammate, should I say. Their manager stood up for him, and the club stood up for him. So Madrid, they should be motivated, and they should genuinely feel fired up for this game. They have to. I don't see a world where they can't be fired up for this game. If they're not, I'll be very, very concerned. Vinicius Jr., he's certainly going to be fired up. Mbappe was livid last week. Kylian Mbappe was livid on the pitch, as he should be as well. I think Mbappe, in his post-match interview, I think he explained it perfectly. I think a lot of footballing pundits, well, a couple of them, and a couple of managers explained it perfectly as well. But then I'm very disappointed in a lot of pundits' behaviour as well, in my opinion, and managers. I feel Henry said it perfectly. What he said last week. Mbappe, like I said a minute ago, said it perfectly. Pep Guardiola, when he was asked about it, made a very, very powerful speech. So big up to Pep, man. Big up to Pep. Whenever something like this happens, he always stands up. He always stands up and makes a stand. So big up Pep. Big up to Vincent as well over in Bayern. Vincent, again, a very, very powerful message he sent out there. Called out Mourinho as well, which is good. Called out Conte out. Apologies for my language there. But yeah, Vincent said it well. Pep said it well. But then there were some managers who I thought, again, were shocking in what they said. Mourinho, again, in the past, he's been very vocal about racism. Very, very vocal about it. I think it's happened before in the past, and he's called it out. But it's very interesting to see, and it's not nice to see that the second it's his player who is the one being racist, he changes his tune and he tries to defend it. Very, very poor and very disappointing from Jose Mourinho. Someone who is held in high regard in world football, someone who everyone looks at and sees as arguably the best manager of all time. Definitely one of the greatest, if not the greatest. I'm saying someone who is known heavily in the footballing world. For him to come out and defend that, it's just... You want someone like that to come out and be vocal against it. That's what you want. Like what Pep did. Pep said it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Vincent said it perfectly. But Mourinho, he's made a big mistake there. A big mistake. And a lot of people have lost respect for him, myself included. I think another one who I'm disappointed with is Luis Enrique. I think Luis Enrique was asked about the incident after a PSG game the other night. And I believe he said he's got nothing important to say. What? How can you have nothing important to say? It's a big, big, big point. I'm saying stand up, say something. Make it known that it's not acceptable. But Enrique's another one who didn't come out and say nothing about it. I'm saying Enrique's saying he's got nothing important to say. He may as well come out and said he doesn't care. Genuinely, he may as well have come out and said that. Shocking behaviour from Luis Enrique there. And that's very disappointing because he's a manager who a lot of people are looking at. A lot of people want, but I'll be honest, after that, I don't want that guy at my club. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, you can see that he's clearly not the nicest person out there. Shocking behaviour from Enrique. Shocking behaviour from Mourinho. And Benfica as a whole dealt with this incredibly poorly. No one is going to have respect for that club again. No one is going to have respect for Benfica again. They dealt with the whole situation incredibly poorly. From how it started to how it is now. You know what I'm saying? You start off, well, the first problem was the player not getting sent off. That's the first issue there. So the player not getting red carded at least for what he said. That's a problem. So that's on the ref there, okay? But then where Benfica deal with this poorly, we start with the manager, Jose Mourinho. After what happened, you need to sub that player. You need to sub that player off the pitch instantly. If he's not red carded, use your brain, take the initiative, and sub that player off. That's the first mistake Mourinho made and Benfica made. Kept him on the pitch for the whole 90. Second mistake I feel Benfica made was cheering the player off. I feel he went off. He did get subbed eventually, and they were cheering him off the pitch. That, again, is a bad look for their club, and it's certainly a very bad look on their fans because they would have known what he did, and they cheered him off as he went off the pitch. So there's where they screw up. They then screw up by doubling down on the Vinicius Junior abuse. He's been racially abused during the game, and the fans double down on it, constantly abuse him when he's on the ball. I believe they were booing Mbappe as well. They were booing Camavinga. I think one or two other players as well, maybe. So doubling down on abuse, throwing stuff onto the pitch at Vinicius Junior, just very classless, tin pot, trampish behaviour. You know what I'm saying? And for a club like Benfica, who up until that instant were not the biggest club, but a club that I think a lot of people knew about, they dealt with the whole situation poorly on the pitch at least. So you don't sub the player off when you should. You don't, when you double down on the abuse to certain players, you then go further and start abusing other players on the pitch. It's mad. And then afterwards as well, the PR stuff that they say afterwards is crazy. They come out with a statement defending their player, saying their player did nothing wrong. This is Benfica, the club, putting out a statement. Jose Mourinho himself coming out and trying to condone that player's behaviour. The manager. And then you have the players on the pitch. The players as well. The other Benfica players who were blatantly trying to argue and start fights with Madrid players. That was poor. You know what I'm saying? And then Benfica, all of a sudden, then they start doing the whole PR thing where they start putting out pictures with children, trying to make out or trying to brush it under the carpet. So they had this whole situation from Benfica got dealt with in an incredibly poor manner. Incredibly poor manner. So justice needs to happen. Football needs to be saved tonight. It needs to be saved tonight. There's no world where Benfica can win this game because, like I said, it's a very bad look on football in general. If a club like that and a team like that, after their antics last week, are able to advance to the next round. Madrid do the job. As AJ said here, 6-0. That's minimum. That is 6-0 minimum, AJ. The Vinicius Junior hat-trick, that would be poetic justice as well. He should be fired up for the game, as should Mbappe and the other players too. 6-0 minimum. I want to see 11, 12, 13. I want to see Benfica get absolutely trounced. And if that player is gone to Madrid, again, I can't see why he's gone. Like I said, I can't see why, because he's apparently suspended. He's apparently unavailable for the game. So if you're why? Apologies, people. I just lagged out for some reason. Then I don't know why, but I lagged out. Apologies. Just bring that. Won't even bring it back up on the screen. Hope you guys can hear me. By the way, if anyone's in the chat still, let me know if you can hear me. StreamYard, man, just doing up StreamYard stuff, lagging me out again. Well in StreamYard, well in absolute clowns. But yeah, AJ, if you're still in the chat, can you hear me or not? Hopefully you can. But yeah, bare minimum. I want to see 6. That's bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them absolutely get trounced. If I'm being totally real about it, they should go down. They should go out, and it's poetic justice. So Madrid, do the job tonight. That's all I'm going to say. Do the job, and that's it. Let's end it at that. I'm saying knock Benfica out and advance to the next round. So yeah, that's it, man. We need football to be saved, and we need it to be saved tonight. Yeah, that's it for this Madrid game. My prediction for the game, I think Madrid win. I think Madrid will win. I think they'll win comfortably as well. I think they will get a big win. So yeah, I think Vinicius Junior will score. I think Mbappe will get a goal. I think they'll destroy him. I think they will destroy him. Again, Benfica. To be fair, if you're looking at it from a footballing perspective now, Benfica in the first leg were very compact, very defensive. I think they were probably playing for a 0-0 draw, which again, why you're in the round of 16, you should be going for it. So in this game, they can't really sit back. They've got to go for it. They've got to try and make a game out of it because they need to win. They're chasing the game. And yeah, if they try and take the game to Madrid with the quality players that Madrid have, they'll cut through them easily, no problem. So yeah, I believe Benfica are gonna get trounced. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get trounced. It's mad because in the build up to last week's game, before it kicked off, I actually wanted Benfica to win again. You know what I'm saying? I actually wanted them to win again. But now I don't want to see. I don't think I've ever wanted the team to get smashed more. Genuinely, so it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, my prediction is Real Madrid to win overall, win the game, and I think they'll go through. But yeah, moving on from that, then. I wanted to discuss a little bit about. Well, we'll talk a bit about my club now, and we'll talk a bit about Liverpool in general. So, Liverpool at the moment. Again, we spoke about us yesterday. I spoke a little bit about us yesterday. So, I wanted to discuss again a bit more about how we could do next year with a new manager, just in general, how we could do. Apologies, I'm just working on something here in the background. But yeah, I wanted to discuss if we get a new manager, can Liverpool win the league next year? Because I think it's a fair question. I genuinely think it's a fair question because look, no one gave us a chance when Slot came in last year to win the league, and we won it. We won it, and not even we just won it, we won it convincingly as well. So, again, I feel like under a new manager, we can win the league again. Genuinely. Again, have the right type of window as well. Have a good window. And I believe, well, I'm more than confident we can win the league. Genuinely more than confident. So, again, I think, again, how do I say it now? It all depends on who our new manager is. Genuinely, all depends on who Liverpool's new manager is. So, if we get the right appointment, I believe we can win the title again. And I believe we should win the title again. You know what I'm saying? With the team we have, I think if you compare our starting 11 to Arsenal starting 11 to City starting 11, I feel we have the best one. I feel we have the best one out of everyone. I feel we have the best one. So, again, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens, people. Apologies. Just trying to save a couple of things in the background so I can bring them up and discuss them. But yeah, wanted to touch a bit about Liverpool's league kits as well, people. If you guys haven't seen our league kits for next year, they look really nice. So I wanted to discuss a little bit about that as well. So yeah, man. Yeah, but again, it all depends, like I said, who Liverpool's new manager is. If we don't get the right coach, I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Because in hindsight, we all thought Slot was the right appointment. Last season, we were all calling we were all holding his praises, praising him up to be the next Jurgen and that, and it's very quickly gone south. Very, very, very quickly gone south. There's news about Manchester City as well, people, that I wanted to discuss about, and their whole 115 shit. Their whole 115 shit, which well, I doubt anything's gonna happen with it, to be fair, but yeah. So yeah, people, just wanted to discuss a bit about that. Hopefully you guys are still in the chat. Just saving all this stuff back here. Apologies, I've gone a bit sidetracked. I'll bring up the Champions League draw as well, people, so you guys can see who's going to play who in the next round. Who is going to play who. So yeah, as you can see, people, let me just share the screen. Actually, get rid of that now. Big up Vidge, bro. Big up Vidge. Apologies if I'm just rambling on a bit. I'm trying to open tabs up here, so yeah. Big up Vidge, bro. Make sure you sub to Vidge, man. Big up my brother Vidge, auntie. Big up Vidge, man. Legend in the building. So yeah. If I just share the screen, a couple of transfers here. So we'll start off with the UCL draw of who's gonna get who. Here I am. I share the screen. Here we go. So this is the UCL draw, people. This is who everyone is gonna get, or who everyone's been drawn against. As you can see, a certain team have got another easy draw as per usual. So if I just zoom in on this as well a bit so you can see it. Hopefully you guys can see this. Nope. Zoom in on it a bit more. Okay, so yeah, this is the Champions League. Next steps. So Newcastle to face either Barcelona or Chelsea. Athletico to face Liverpool or Tottenham. Bayer Leverkusen to face Bayern or Arsenal. And Bodo Glimt to face Manchester City or Sporting CP. 4 more to follow today as well. So yeah, Newcastle are going to play either Chelsea or Barcelona. Athletico are going to get Liverpool or Spurs. And Bodo are going to get City or Sporting. And then you got Leverkusen who are going to get Arsenal or Bayern. So how are we feeling about this, guys? How are we feeling about this one? I can't lie. Atletico Madrid away. Atletico Madrid away and home in the leg. I'm not too upset about it. You know, it's not the worst draw in the world. Atletico at home. Well, we've played. You know what's mad here? I think either we get Atletico, or I think there's a possibility we can get Galatasaray as well. So either way, we're gonna have a rematch against someone we've already played this season. So we played Atletico on opening night in the UCL, beat them 3-2, 2-0 up, bottled it. Virgil stepped up with a header and won us the game. Played Galatasaray away from home. Galatasaray away is a tough game. It is a tough game. They make it very hard. They're very, their ground is very hostile. I'll say it like that. They have a very hostile ground. Genuinely. I think when we went there, they were keeping our players up all night because they were outside the hotel, causing us issues. So Galatasaray is not easy, and Atletico is not easy as well. You got to remember that was when we were playing in the league style thing. So now we're going to be in the round of 16. It'll be a 2-legged game. So at home against Galatasaray, it should be okay, but going away to Galatasaray is a problem. Same with Atletico. At home, it should be okay, but going away to Atletico, that's going to be a problem for us. So it's not the worst draw. I'm not complaining about it. We could have gotten a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? You look at Madrid are there, City are there, Bayern are there, Barcelona are there, Paris Saint-Germain are there. We could have gotten a lot worse. We could have gotten a lot worse. So I'll take it. I'll take Galatasaray over 2 legs. I'll take Atletico over 2 legs. It's not ideal, but it's not bad either. You know what I'm saying? Ideally, I think City have got it good because City are going to get Sporting or City are going to get Bodo Glimt most likely. So they've got it nice there. So they're going to get to the quarters. Bayer Leverkusen versus Arsenal. Okay. So Leverkusen versus Arsenal or Bayern. So Arsenal fans, how do you guys feel about this? Leverkusen home and away. Because I can't lie, Leverkusen are not all that, so I'd expect Arsenal to win that and get to the quarterfinals as well. So either you can, Madrid could get okay, so this is a bit mad. And then Spurs as well. So Spurs could get Atletico Galatasaray, I believe, as well. So yeah. It's not bad on paper, but I could see an upset. I could definitely see an upset in this game. Especially if we're not on it and we fuck around, do a fuckery. Not the worst draw, but again, not ideal either. You know what I'm saying? Ideally, you want the second leg to be at home. So if we get Galatasaray away first, then we play them at home, second leg, I'd be confident. Same with Athletico. But let's say we play Galatasaray or Athletico at home first. We don't get a good result, then we have to go away from home. It's a problem. It's a big problem, let's be honest, because both those games are hard. Atletico at the Wanda Metropolitano, tough. We've been there before. It's not easy. And then Galatasaray, I'm not even sure what their ground's called, but the hospitality is going to be crazy over there. So, oh man. But yeah, again, look, at the end of the day, it's not ideal, but we're Liverpool Football Club. We're Liverpool. We have the European heritage. We ain't won this shit. We haven't won this competition 6 times by accident. I'm saying we've really pulled through. So I think we can win the Champions League. I've been giving this a think. While I said before we couldn't, I think we can. But it all depends on if Slot picks the right team and if the players are motivated and give 100%. Of course, I wasn't feeling it first. Big up Andre, bro. Big up Andre. Hope you're well. Big up yourself. I agree. Of course we can, bro. I wasn't feeling it at first. I felt like if we get a hard team, we'll struggle. But we've been good in the UCL. We've beaten Madrid. We've beaten Athletico already. We've beaten Inter. We've beaten Marseille, who everyone was hyping Marseille up as well before we played them. We only lost 2 games. That's PSV Eindhoven and Galatasaray. So performances are a lot stronger in Europe. Defensively in Europe, we're a lot stronger as well. I've noticed that. In the league, we ship goals for fun. But in Europe, going away to Inter, putting in a defensive solid performance. At home to Madrid, putting in a defensive solid performance. Something about us this season in the UCL is clicking. I don't know what it is, but it feels like, I don't know whether it's the players up in the game or whether it's Slot doing something tactically, but something's working in the UCL for us. Went to Marseille, won 3-0. Beat Karabakh 6-0 as well, opening day. Bro, Inter was shocking yesterday. Profit off topic, but man, they were poor, Andre. I seen the highlights. That's embarrassing. I'm gonna be honest, Andre. That's very embarrassing. They got to the final last year, and now this season they're out of the competition altogether. Very, very embarrassing. I'm saying, and Inter are not a great team. I'm gonna be honest. I'll just say it. They're not a great team. When we played Inter, I was sitting myself. I was sitting myself before we went away to Inter Milan to play them because I thought they're top of the Serie A. Seemed like they have a bit of rejuvenation under a new manager. It's going to be a problem. But, bro, when we played them, that was a comfortable win. Let's be honest. We went there and we won the game comfortably. They didn't show up at all in that game. No heart, no fight, no nothing. I'm saying. And we were in a bad way at that time as well. We were just coming off a 3-3 draw against Leeds, where Salah and Slot had that whole thing. That was pushed into the media for the Champions League game as well. So there's a lot of talking points around that. And we went there and won. So if we can go away to the San Siro when we're this bad and win, anyone can do it, you know what I'm saying? And Bodo Glimt did. So Inter are out, which is crazy. And Andre, I talked about, I discussed this earlier on as well, Bo. It looks like, I don't know how long it's been, but it looks like for the first time in a long time, there's probably not going to be an Italian team in the round of 16, which is mad. That final versus Madrid still haunts me, but I can't lie, man. Which one, Andre? You talking about the 3-1 or the 1-0? Because we lost to them twice in the final. If you're talking about the 1-0, it does, because you look at the balance of play in that 1-0 defeat to Madrid. We were the better team. We were the better team in that final. You know what I'm saying? We just, I think it was a mixture of us not being clinical, and there was a mixture of Courtois being an absolute engine. Because let's be honest, Courtois in that game was unreal. He made save after save after save, which is annoying because we wanted to score and win the game. But yeah, we deserve more from that. But Madrid's heritage showed in the end. The one before that, the 3-1, yeah, I can't lie again. 2 goalkeeping mistakes fucked us over there from Karius, because I feel in the 3-1, I'd say we were the better team as well at 1-1. Dare I say, if Salah doesn't get injured in that game, we win it. You know what I'm saying? So we were unlucky in both finals to an extent, but I feel Madrid's heritage showed. But Karius proper fucked us over in that first one. 1-0, Courtois turned into God for them that night. He did. Andre, he did, man. He proper turned it on. You know what I'm saying? I think it's annoying, Andre, because I was really confident we were going to win 3 trophies that year. We'd done the domestic double. I never really believed in the quadruple thing. I didn't think we were going to win the quadruple. I said we'd miss out on one of the big ones. So we missed out on the Prem. But I was really, really, really confident we were going to win that Champions League. I was really confident that we were going to get some sort of treble. It's not the treble like United fans go on about all the time, but it would have been our treble. I was confident, man. Very confident. And we go and lose. And then it ends up being an underwhelming season because we only do a cup double. You know what I'm saying? That squad is the most confidence I've had in a long time. Bro, that Liverpool squad was probably... Was it our best team on the clock? Probably not, but it was definitely when we played our most controlled football, I'd say. Definitely when we played our most controlled football. I feel at that point, I feel that Klopp kind of went away from the whole gegenpressing rock and roll thing. I feel that season we were still an attacking team, but I feel like he mixed it in with a bit more possession-based controlled stuff, as you can see. But it was a very good Liverpool team. It's one of my personal favourites. You know what I'm saying? Close to a quadruple. It's still going to haunt me. 2 games away from a quadruple, man. A quarter masterclass and Villa bottling it. If that doesn't happen, we win a quadruple. And we go down as the best football team of all time. It would haunt me to this day, man. What could have been? What could have been, man. But I agree, Andre. That team was very good. Thiago was very good that year as well. But yeah, like I said, I feel at that point, Klopp we went away from the whole all-out attacking, gegenpressing team, and we became more of a control team, which I think was a good thing in hindsight because it saved energy levels to an extent. But was it the best ever team under Klopp? I still think 18-19 was better, and I still think 19-20 was probably better as well. So, but it was a very underrated team, 100%, Andre, 100%. It's mad because we didn't have a lot of squad depth that year. We did not have much squad depth. You know what I'm saying? You know, Milner had to play right back a lot. Even though he's not naturally a right back, but you could put Milner anywhere on the pitch and he'd do bits. Didn't have a deep squad, but somehow we were on for a quadruple. It's mad. Just goes to show how good Jurgen was, man, and how good his management was. But it actually, interestingly, people, today actually marks 2 years since we won the Carabao Cup. 2 years since we won that Carabao Cup in Klopp's final year. Time flies, genuinely flies, man. I can't believe it's been 2 years since that game. But what a night that was. We'll talk about that game a bit as well. What a night that was, man. You know, we went into that game, and at one point, we had youngsters on the pitch. And Chelsea had pretty much their full 11 out, and we beat them. We beat them with a bunch of kids. It was, bro. That's when Klopp used to drop Hendo, even when he was costing us games. Yeah, Andre, it was, man. It was. I remember. It was. But yeah, man. Chelsea 2 years ago, League Cup final, 1-0. Oh, man. Klopp's final trophy with us. Jurgen's final trophy with us. That was an amazing night, let's be honest. Klopp said, I think Jurgen said himself that it was his most special trophy he won with us. I think he said it was his most special trophy he won in his whole management career. And I agree with him. Because, you know, you go into a final, a lot of players go off. You know, we were playing pretty much a team full of youngsters at that point. No experienced players on. Dan's was there. Bradley as well. A lot of youngsters were pretty much the whole team was youngsters there at one point in extra time. Chelsea had their full 11 out. And we go there and we win. Get the 3 points. 3 points, what am I about? We get the win. You know, lift the trophy. We'll take it, man. Absolutely, we will take it. The more time goes by, the more I miss Klopp, man. I've got to be honest. The more time goes on, the more I'm missing Klopp. You know what I'm saying? The more I'm missing him. But yeah, it marks 2 years to the day. 2 years to the day that we won that trophy. Which is mad. Mad to say. Absolutely crazy to say. I'm hoping we can win something this year. But again, I'm not too confident. I'll be honest. I think again, we have to win something this year. We have to, like I said, with the money we spent, you can't go trophyless. You just can't. So yeah, there's news about Manchester City as well. Interestingly, guys. So if I just bring this up, very interesting news on Manchester City, which I don't really buy into this. I don't look into it too much because I'm not bothered, but we'll talk about it a bit. So, Manchester City looks like this has been. This looks like this has come back out into the media. I'll just zoom in on it a bit as well. So, a logical punishment for Manchester City if they're found guilty of the 115 financial fair play allegations would be 40 to 60 point penalty in the Premier League. So here we go again. Here we go again with this Manchester City 115 thing. Let's be honest, we know nothing's going to happen with this. We know nothing is going to happen. We know the most that City are going to get is a small fine, a little slap on the wrist, and then they'll be able to continue. I've said this for years. I'm saying this 115 thing has been in the works for what, 3-4 years, maybe even more than that. Nothing's happened with it. Nothing's ever happened with it, and nothing is going to happen with it. So, again, I feel like this is very hypocritical from a lot of people because Manchester City down the years have done extraordinary things under Pep Guardiola, and I feel rather than just crediting Manchester City, people would rather downplay their achievements because of this 115 thing, which we don't even know is real, to be fair. It could be BS. Could really use Kwanzaa right now. We could, man. I'm saying, I hate to say it because I don't rate him, but we could use with the options. 115 FC. I hear it, Andre, but they still won a lot, didn't they? They still won all that stuff, so they were still a great team. But yeah, this has come back into the equation. Allegations would be a 40 to 60 point penalty in the Premier League. Well, that's if they get found guilty, which we know won't happen. But yeah, I find it hypocritical. And I feel this season, particularly, a lot of people have been hypocritical. Because when we were in title races with Manchester City, a lot of people said, cheats, this, that, we've been robbed 115. Fast forward a couple of years later, City and Arsenal in the title race. These same people that were calling City cheats, that were calling them this, that, are now on their knees twerking for City to win this league over Arsenal. So the hypocrisy is real, people. For years, people have downplayed City. For years, people have gotten onto their case over this, calling them cheats and all that. But now these same people are lying down on their knees or on their knees begging for them to win this league title. You can never talk about 115 again. Every single person that is on their knees for Manchester City to win this league can never talk about the 115 charges again. I'm sorry, they can't. They can't because it's hypocrisy. I'm saying I know a Liverpool fan who cries about Arsenal being top of the league. Cool. Then he cries about City not getting charged. I'm like, brother, you're on your knees. You want City to win this league over Arsenal, and then you're crying about 115 as well. Make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? Make up your mind. Like 1 minute you want to cry about City not getting charged, another minute you're saying I want them to win the league over Arsenal. Make up your mind, brother. I'm saying I look at it like this. Yes, maybe City have done some dodginess 115 and that, but they still won a lot of trophies. They were still an elite team. They still have standards. They still want to win. They still need to win. So I look at it like that, to be fair. I don't look at it as cheats because for me, it's just a coping mechanism. Yeah, Andre, I appreciate you agreeing with me, man. I appreciate you agreeing with me. It's just a coping mechanism, bro. That's all it is at the end of the day, a coping mechanism. We can't take the fact that they've been so dominant, so we'll just discredit everything they do because of 115. I see a lot of Liverpool fans doing it. And I'll be honest, people, I don't like to say it, but I see it mostly with the Liverpool fans. I think we're the ones who do it the most with 115. And I think that's a lot of that is to do with the fact that obviously they done us in the 2 title races. But for me, no, look, City are an amazing team. Maybe not so much this year. Down the years, though, under Pep Guardiola, they've been amazing. The points that they put up, 97, 98, 93, 1 point, they've been amazing. They've done incredible things. Pep Guardiola will go down as, in my opinion, if not the best manager of all time, the second best manager of all time. If they're found guilty, how do you view them? Oh, if they're found guilty, Andre, then relegate them, innit? Relegate them. If they're found guilty, innit, Andre? That's the thing. If they're found guilty, get them out of the league, cool. Find them, whatever. Relegate them, whatever. But the point is, bro, I don't think they will get found guilty. I don't think they will. Look, punishments are poor nowadays, you know what I'm saying? I think Chelsea had this in the past at one point. They didn't get serious repercussions for it. The big clubs get away with it more because they're the big clubs. You know what I'm saying? I see in the Championship, Andre, Sheffield United got a big, not Sheffield United. Sheffield Wednesday got a big point deduction. So they now sat bottom and they were on minus points. I think they were on minus 6 points or something like that because of their points deduction. I'm saying, I think a couple of years ago, another team got a points deduction in the Prem. I'm not sure who it was, but someone did. You know, they're more than happy to punish the smaller clubs for it, but the bigger clubs just tend to get away with it more. Well, you seen that ridiculous amount Newcastle want for Gordon, man. I'll be honest, Andre, Gordon's rubbish in my opinion. Anyway, I don't rate that guy at all. I don't rate him. I don't see him as an upgrade on Gakpo, and that's crazy for me to say, but I genuinely don't see him as an upgrade to Cody Gakpo. 125 million for Anthony Gordon. They are on crack, bro. They are on crack. They're smoking each other strong. Yeah, man, stay away from him. We shouldn't even be looking at him anyway. He's an ex-Evertonian. He's a blue bastard. So we shouldn't even be looking at him anyway. I'm saying we should not be looking at Anthony Gordon. Yo, big up Indian Scouser, man. Make sure you sub to the Indian Scouser, my brother. Big up to yourself, man. Nothing special. I need difference makers on the wing. Exactly, bro. Gordon's nothing. He's nothing, bro. I'm saying ex-Evertonian and that. You can do him. You can do one. I don't want him near this club. I'm saying I do not want him at this club. So yeah, I don't think that will happen. But they're not going to get... No one's going to be giving them that much for him. There's absolutely zero chance that they're going to get that much for Anthony Gordon. They can do one. No, I'd rather look at a Liao or someone like that than over him, than a Gordon. I'm saying I see a lot of people want him. Why? Why? It's like Jared Bowen. I see a lot of people want Jared Bowen at Liverpool. Why? Why do you want him here? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather shop abroad, go to the Serie A, go to the Liga, the French League and get a winger. I can't lie. That's what I'd rather do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Anthony Gordon to Liverpool is mad. It is crazy, man. It is crazy. But yeah, guys, before we head off, I wanted to just look at Liverpool's kit a little bit as well. So we've got a new kit coming out. Well, a league kit. What's the away kit? This is our league away kit for next season. I like the look of this, I can't lie. If I can just bring it up. Here we go. So this is our league away kit for next season. It's another white one as well, which is how ironic is that? You know what I'm saying? So this is Liverpool's league away kit for next season. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. Facts, I don't care if it's his boyhood club. He wants to wear that blue kit, so I don't want him anywhere near our club. Exactly. Indian Scouts are average winger at best. Average winger. If you can't even make it at Everton, what hope are you at Liverpool? You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree with this whole let's sign him just to wind the Everton fans up. Fuck Everton fans, who cares? Well, why are we doing that? I'm saying we're Liverpool, they're Everton. End of the day, we're clear of them no matter what. It's like I know Liverpool fans that, you know, I know when we were in title races, guys, check this out. When we were in title races with Everton, with City, and Everton win relegation battles, I had Liverpool fans stalking the internet looking at Everton results. I'm like, why are you looking at Everton results? We're in a title race with City. Look at the City results. Why are you still bothered about what Everton are doing? It's mad, bro. But I agree, Indian Scouts say he's average, man. I don't want him. If we got Gordon deal Monday, would you guys be happy? I'll take it, Andre. But for me, Gordon, if he came to Liverpool, he'd only ever be a squad player. I don't see him as someone who'd be good enough to play first team football. If it's him and Gakpo for left, I'd rather start Gakpo, I'll be honest. Genuinely. So I want to be in a position where we can move Gakpo to a squad player and we have another winger coming who's better than Gakpo. I don't want to be in a position really where, you know, we bring Gordon in, but Gordon's not good enough and then we end up still having to stick with Gakpo as our main choice. But this is our leaked away kit for next season, guys. Another white kit. I mean, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand this. Every single season, Liverpool have a white kit without. Well, it's weird, man. It's properly weird. I like the color on it. I like the grading on it, but I want something different. This season we've had a white / cream kit. Last season we had a white kit. Year before that we had a white / green kit. Year before that we had a white kit that had weird illusions on it. Year before that, white / cream kit. Year before that, we actually didn't, to be fair. But then year before that, we had a white kit as well. So other than 18-19 and other than 2021, we've had a white kit every single season as either the third one or the away one. I don't like it. We need to change it up, man. Definitely. But yeah, this is Liverpool's leaked away kit for next season. It's all right. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat a bit more. For me, the only guy I want to go and get all on is Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, I agree, Andre. Someone of that caliber. Someone of that caliber. You know, we should be able to attract him as well because he's at PSG and respectfully, we're bigger than Paris Saint-Germain. But Andre, I want to get your opinion on the UCL thing because it looks like we're going to play Athletico or it looks like we're going to play Galatasaray. So it looks like we're going to get a rematch against one of those two. Obviously, this time it's going to be home and away. So we'll play the two-legged game. How are we feeling about the draw? Because I looked at it and I thought, okay, you wanted Liverpool before. Exactly. Let's pull on those heartstrings, man. But yeah, I looked at the UCL draw and I discussed this earlier on in the stream as well. But it's not bad, but it's not great either. You know, end of the day, going away to Galatasaray is a problem. It's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. We found that out earlier on in the season. You know, Athletico Madrid came to Anfield, gave us a good game. You know what I'm saying? Came back from 2-0 down. Luckily, Virgil stepped in clutch, so it would have ended a draw. So we played both these teams already, and we haven't looked great against both of them. Weren't great against Athletico, and weren't great against Galatasaray. So, now playing them again, are we better off than we were at that point? Probably yes, because our performances were poor around that point. I was talking trash the other day, but I view Gala as the bigger threat. Yeah, Andre, I do. I feel their ground's a nightmare. Galatasaray's ground is a nightmare to go to. It is a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? When we played them last time, I think they were outside the team's hotel all night, intimidating them with the fireworks. So that's going to be even worse this time around. But what I do feel, Andre, is we could have gotten a worse draw. We could have gotten a Paris. We could have gotten a Paris Saint-Germain. Could have got a Bayern. Could have got a Madrid, Barcelona. I feel it's not a bad draw, but it's also not an ideal draw either. You know what I'm saying? With our quality, we should win, but it's the way we're playing that worries me. But we played Athletico. Yeah, we did. It was before. Way before. We played them at the beginning of the season, I think. But yeah, home and away. It's the away leg that worries me. You know what I'm saying? It's the away leg. Away leg against Galatasaray, problem. Especially if it's the second one. Away leg against Atletico Madrid, problem. Especially if it's the second one. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's worrying me. I feel a home leg against Galatasaray, we should be able to maneuver our way through. We should be fine. I feel a home leg against Atletico, again, should be able to maneuver our way through. Should be fine. At home, again, at Anfield, I'd expect us to win these games against them teams. But it's away from home, man. Our mentality in a lot of away games this season has been poor. You know what I'm saying? Very poor. Chelsea away. We got Galatasaray away first time around. City away. Our away game in our mentality away from home has been poor, and it hasn't changed all season. So I'm worried. But I feel we could get lucky if we get the first leg away and the second leg at home. Let's say we can get a draw in the first leg, take it back to Anfield, I'd be more confident. But I feel if we get a poor result in the first leg and we're at home, and then we have to go away and play them, could be a recipe for disaster. It genuinely could be a recipe for disaster. But I don't think we can really complain because at one point, if we continue to advance, we are going to get a tough side. We are going to play a very, very tough side at one point. We're going to probably get Barcelona in the quarterfinals. We're going to play Barcelona most likely, so that's going to be tough. So We're going to play someone hard sooner or later. What do you think about the slot Chiesa stuff? I haven't seen this actually, Andre. Are you talking overall throughout the season? But has something else happened recently regarding those two? But yeah, the slot Chiesa thing is mad. Very, very mad because Chiesa's a good player. He's got potential. We see his talent. It's almost like everyone sees how good Chiesa is except for Arne Slot. But yeah, what's happened recently with these two? I feel, again, with Chiesa, it will depend on the manager. If Slot is still here next season, he's gone. But if we get a new manager, I could see a world where maybe he sticks around. He just don't rate him. That's what I don't get, Andre. Why? Why does he not rate him? Because we can all see the potential that Chiesa has. Let's not forget, Chiesa saved Slot's bacon against Sunderland at home. That goal line clearance when he ran all the way back. If it wasn't for that, we lose that game. We lose that game. You know what I'm saying? Chiesa came in clutch against Palace away from home. On another day, maybe we're going to win. But he saved his bacon there. Opening night of the season, saved Slot's bacon by putting us 3-2 up. And it's weird because he just isn't getting game time. Won't get a game no matter what. You know what I'm saying? He'd rather shoehorn players out of position. Like, he'd rather play Szoboszlai right wing. He'd rather play Frimpong right wing than play Chiesa in there. So, it's weird. And I could understand to an extent if he didn't want to play him off the right because Salah's off the right. That I can get. I can get that and I can understand that. What I can't get is why don't you play him elsewhere on the field? Because Chiesa is not primarily just a right winger. He can play up top as a striker. He can play as a fake nine. And he can play off the left. I would have personally, if I was the manager, I would have dropped Gakpo long ago and I would have given Chiesa that left wing spot. I would have played Chiesa there. If you don't want to drop Salah, cool. But play Federico Chiesa off the left or up top. He hasn't even done that. He doesn't even want to do that. And that to me screams bias. I don't know. Is it just because he didn't want him? Is he doing this purely because he didn't want Chiesa to begin with? Because it's just stubbornness. It's just stubborn pig-headedness, in my opinion. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I can't really take to Slot or like him. I can accept him making poor tactical decisions and that, but it's the stuff he says. It's the other stuff he does, like blatant favoritism to certain players, blatant disrespect to other ones, blatant disrespect towards the club. There's just certain things that Slot has done, action-wise off the pitch, and words-wise in press conferences that I can never forgive and I can never forget. So I feel bad for Chiesa because when he came to Liverpool, I've never seen a player more happy to be at Liverpool than him. You know, I remember his unveiling video. He was so over the moon. And I don't think he expected this. I thought he probably expected that he'd come in and he'd get regular game time. He just hasn't. Now, last season, Slot said the reason Chiesa didn't play much was because he wasn't fit, which is okay, cool. It's a bit weird because he was on the bench a lot, but if he wasn't fit, cool. So I kind of maybe in the summer I was sat there thinking maybe I misjudged the situation, maybe I misjudged it, and maybe Slot just wasn't playing him because of fitness. This season, it's obviously blatantly obvious it's not fitness. It's become blatantly obvious that there's something else there. He just doesn't rate the guy. I'm saying, which is a problem, because what if we lose Chiesa because of Slot's dumbass behaviour and he goes, let's say, back to Serie A or somewhere else and balls out? We're going to look like mugs. We are going to look like absolute mugs. Let's just hope, fingers crossed, the new manager comes in. And let's hope he takes to Federico Chiesa and likes the way Chiesa is as a player and gives him regular game time. For me, I'd rather not take any risk. I hear that, Andre. I hear it. I hear it to an extent. I hear it. I hear it. But yeah, it's mad, man, this whole Slot Chiesa situation. Not just Slot and Chiesa, it's Slot and Ngumoa, Rio as well. That's another weird one. You know what I'm saying? In the summer, the reason we didn't sign a winger apparently is because the club didn't want to block the pathway for Rio and Ngumoa. Okay, well, he's not getting game time. The manager clearly doesn't trust him. So that's BS. So you're trying to tell me that the club wanted Rio to blossom this season and Slot's the one who's not taking to him or giving him game time? Make up your mind, lads. Make up your mind. But yeah, Left winger's a must. I think a right winger is going to happen as well because I think Salah goes, but I don't think I've ever felt this annoyed as a Liverpool fan in a long time. Like, I was upset on the clock when we had bad years, but I always knew that we'd come back and we'd be back stronger. This time, I'm not getting that same feeling. Genuinely not getting my same feelings. That same feeling. Did you see Isak's comment? My bad. I didn't see Isak's comment. No, Andre. I think he said something like Correct me if I'm wrong, but he said something like I don't even know what he said. Put them in the chat, Andre, and I'll have a look. But yeah, the good news is though, Isak should be back after March. From what I'm hearing, Andre, he will be back after March, so that's very good. I'm happy about that. But yeah, Isak back after March, but I haven't seen the comments that he said. I haven't seen them, so if you could put them in the chat, but it'd be much appreciated, 100%. It will be interesting seeing how Isak gets on when he comes back, though. Very, very interesting because I feel like before his injury, he was picking up some momentum, getting into a bit of rhythm. So it'll be intriguing to see how he gets on when he comes back. He's going to have to work that striker spot off Ekatike, because Ekatike for now has it nailed down. But yeah, man. We'll see if Isak can prove himself now to the fans and the club as to why we signed him. Because I've got no doubt he's going to cook. And when he does cook, we've got two very, very good signings there. Two very good striking options to pick from. So, yeah, we'll take it, man. We'll take it. But yeah, people, I think I'm going to call it a day here. Enjoyed the live again. Big up to everyone in here. Again, talking about Liverpool. It's nothing much I really love. Even when the club is moving mad like it is at the moment, there's nothing more I love than coming on and talking about Liverpool, man. So yeah, big up to everyone, man. When a half off. I'll be back later on with a watch long. All of us will be live. Me, Vidge, Rasta. So we are going to be doing a joint watch long for the Real Madrid game. So if you're available, people do hop in. Should be a good game. Looking forward to it. First watch long that all the Fellowship of the Realists have done together as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. So I'll be back later. We'll all be back later. But yeah, do a quick world call before I head off. So big up to Andre, man, legend in the building. Big up to Indian Scouser, man. Make sure you sub to Indian Scouser, absolute legend. Big up to Vigilante, bro. Big up Vidge, my brother. Make sure you sub to Vidge on his gaming channel and his regular channel. One of the other Fellowship of the Realists. Big up. Big up to AJ as well. Absolute legend in the building. Big up, man. Big up to every single person in here. But yeah, that is it for today, people. I'll be back tomorrow with more Liverpool-related content, so stay tuned. Big up Josh CJ, bro. Big up Josh, man. Yeah, I'm just wrapping up, man. Big up Josh, man. Appreciate you coming in. Make sure you show up to Josh as well, people. Absolute legend as well. Another one of the Fellowship of the Realist. So big up Josh, bro. Big up everyone. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back later for the watch down for the Madrid game. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm out. Peace. Big up to you all.